Alright gentlemen, I'm back. We'll go with the holster here first. I really like your holsters. As you can see, it's formed so the pistol fits nicely. Here's one of the blue guns. They're the exact same size and everything. I've measured it up to some of my original ones and everything is nice. The only changes I would like made, I'd like this to be brass. I would like the hanger to be brass. People like the brass. It's a good selling point. I've had a lot of comments on it, so we make all the hardware brass. That brass, that brass. I like the copper rivets. I really like them. I like the coloration. I like everything here. Pistol fits nicely, so let's keep forming it. Because if you take the... hold on, I gotta apologize. I'm again videoing on my own. Take the pistol out, you can see that the holster's formed nice. Got the extra piece there. I like it all. I like the leather. So keep that forming so the pistol fits good. Again, change those things to brass. Let's go with this color. And I'm going to do some markings here. Let me go grab my original holsters. Apologize for the delay. Here's 3 originals, just so you can see how they're marked. There's a Boyd 42, there's a Warren Leather Goods 1917, and there's a Sears 1942. Just to give you an idea for the style and how they do the dates and everything. We can't infringe on the original ones, but I want you to see how they're done, and so you know what style to make the stamp. And what location. So up here we're going to put JT and L 1917 on some of them, and we're going to put JT and L, and in the and I mean the ampersand sign, so JT and L 1942 we're going to go with on ours, and I'll go over the quantity with you. Just one note, your rivets are a little big. If you notice, the original rivets are all the same, those little small ones. So if it's possible, if you can change to these rivets, which are original, versus your larger ones there. Otherwise, there's original on the left and yours on the right. Again, see brass on the original, brass on the original, brass on the original, as well as the hanger on the back is brass. That one's steel on the 42. In World War I they were brass, and guys like that the brass, so we're going to go with all the brass. So if you can accommodate me on those, let me know and we'll go ahead. The sling, love the color, love the leather. What I want to do is I want to change this to brass. This whole piece here, I like the copper rivets. The length and everything's good. I want to change the hardware to brass, including that and that. We're going to change to brass. And again, I didn't grab one, so I got to step right in the room here and grab another one. We're going to show you where they're marked. It's marked on the piece with the loop on the end, and you'll see it's marked Milsko 42 right below. We want that same JT and L in 1942, and again it's a period style marking, so ours is JT and then the ampersand L, and we're going to go 1942, and that is going to be again on the loop one, so we grab the one with the loop, go to the opposite end, and we're looking right here, JT and L 1942. Make sure you save that stamp because we're going to be using that quite a bit. Now we're on our M3 holster, grabbing the M7 that you sent. I realize it's a slightly different color than the other holsters, but I really like how that turned out. Really love the leather. Strapping is different though. I want to change that and I'll talk to you about that, but for now I want this color on your M3, and we need a few changes on the M3. First change, if you'll notice, your loop on your holster is a little short. The loop is designed when it loops over the waist. Apologize here, trying to do this all myself with one hand. Now, the loop is designed when it goes through the waist. This hangs down by the waist. Otherwise, the holster would be flapping all over with the gun in it. The person would be wearing this pistol belt. This pistol belt is roughly 2 1/8 wide. Yeah, about 2 1/8, maybe a little more wide. And it's older, so it's stretched. So let's give it 2 1/4 just to make sure. It probably would have been originally as an old belt. This belt would be around the person's waist, and this would come across the shoulder of this holster, and then they would secure the bottom to the belt here so it wouldn't flop all over and it'd be secure. Plus, when they drew it, if the loop wasn't around the belt, the holster would just come up across the body and it wouldn't be anchored down. So this way it was anchored down, they could draw the 45 nicely and they would be good. Also, notice that, let's get rid of this belt so it's not dropping again. I like the markings on the back, but I want to go with US JT&L 43. So I like your 43, but I want JT and an and sign and an L. I like everything on the back. I'd like to go with the aged brass here if we can. Kind of aged brass as we discussed on the other stuff, you know. And I'd like to go with all the fittings on here, aged brass if we can. This fitting's okay. It's a little clunky on the bottom. The one that I've had on the other holsters I've been selling that I don't like the leather on. See, it's not quite so clunky on the bottom. It's just a one piece like this. So if you got something like that, that'd be great. I can again send an example if you need. But I'd like to do the aged brass like was on the carbine pouches if we can. And then let's see. Oh, your strap, your shoulder strap is a little on the wide side, and we're going to set the camera down here and get the measuring tape out. Yours measures about an inch, close to 1.25 inches. I like this narrower one. That is measuring just over 3/4 of an inch, like 7/8 of an inch. Right around 7/8, between 3/4 and 7/8. So just a little proud of 3/4 of an inch is where I would like it. I like the dual lines down the side, but your strap's just way too wide here. And then, I don't know how it is for length, but I'd like some extra length. I made this one, I had to make this one extra long so it would, you got taller guys and everything. So let's make this another 15 centimeters long. Let me try it on right now just to get an idea here. Again, I apologize for your view. Yeah, it's on the short side. So let's make it 15 centimeters longer. Yep, for sure. So we're going to decrease the width. We're going to increase the length and make it 15 centimeters longer. And leave a few extra of these holes for them to adjust, so that when they got it on they can adjust it. They can always cut a little off if they're on the short side. I wanted to be able to accommodate the taller people. Any questions at all, please let me know. I'm sure I tried to fit, but let's do that right now. Fits good, as you see. So that color, aged brass hardware. See if we can get a little less clunky in aged brass. Narrower strap, 15 centimeter longer strap, and the marking as I discussed. Again, any questions on any of this, please email me. Thank you.